Hello everyone, and welcome back to Daily Cold Story channel.
All right, we are back. And as always, I'm sitting right here, 2 feet away.
Not dramatically across from me, just nearby.
Just nearby, very casual.
Very unglamorous setup we've got here. Okay, so today's topic,
What are we talking about?
vocabulary. Building vocabulary, like how do you actually learn new words and have them stick?
Oh yes, the flashcard spiral.
The flashcard spiral, exactly.
Everyone goes through it.
Everyone goes through a Duolingo streaks, Anki decks, and then you're in a real conversation and you completely blank on the word for coincidence.
That is such a specific example.
It happened to me multiple times.
Okay, so why does that happen? You studied the word, you've seen it before.
Right, and I think the reason is that the way most people learn vocabulary is disconnected from how the brain actually retains language.
Say more.
So, flashcards, and look, I'm not saying they're evil.
Flashcards are not evil.
Flashcards are not evil, but they give you isolated words, a word on one side, a translation on the other.
Right.
And language doesn't work like that.
Words exist in context. They have collocations, they have tone, they belong to specific situations. Wait, collocations, can we explain that?
Yes, so a collocation is basically a word's natural companions, words that go together.
Like, make a mistake, not do a mistake.
Exactly, and you only learn that through exposure, through actually seeing and hearing words in real sentences over and over.
Not through a flashcard.
Not through a flashcard. The card can introduce you to the word, but it can't teach you how the word lives.
Okay, so what do you actually do instead?
First thing, read extensively.
Extensively meaning what?
Meaning you read a lot and you don't stop at every unknown word.
And people hate hearing that.
They really do, because there's this perfectionist instinct. I need to understand everything.
Which is most language learners.
Honestly, yes, but research shows you need to encounter a word around 10 to 20 times in different contexts before it really sticks.
10 to 20 times.
10 to 20, and you can't get there with flashcards. You can only get there through exposure.
So the goal is basically to drown yourself in the language.
In a pleasant way, a very zen drowning.
Okay, and what kind of reading?
Things you actually enjoy. That's the key part people skip.
Not textbook passages.
Not textbook passages. If you like crime novels, read crime novels in English. If you love cooking blogs, read those. The emotional engagement is what makes words stick.
Yes, I learned so much vocabulary from TV shows I was obsessed with because I actually cared what was happening.
Right, your brain is in a completely different gear. You're not just processing information, you're experiencing something.
And the words go deeper.
Much deeper. Okay, second thing, active noticing.
What does that mean?
So when you're reading or listening and you come across a phrase that sounds really natural, really native, you stop and you actually notice it.
Instead of just letting it wash over you.
Exactly. You think, oh, I wouldn't have said it that way. How did they say it?
Can you give an example?
Sure, it dawned on me.
Which sounds like it's about sunrise.
Right, but in context it means I suddenly realized something. And now you haven't just learned a word, you've learned a chunk.
Chunking. That's actually a whole methodology, right?
Yes, and it's so much more effective than learning word by word, because when you speak, you don't pull out words one at a time.
You pull out whole phrases.
I can't put my finger on it. She's on the fence. That's beside the point. Those come out as units.
So flashcards break language into the smallest possible pieces when your brain actually wants bigger chunks.
Perfectly said. You're fighting against how the brain naturally stores language.
Like trying to build a house one brick at a time.
When the brain prefers pre-built walls. Exactly.
Okay, what's the next one?
Output. You have to actually use the words.
The most skipped step.
The most skipped step. You can input forever, but until you produce a word yourself, it's not really yours.
So if you learn reluctant today,
Use it today. I'm reluctant to do the dishes. She seemed reluctant to answer, in a real sentence, in your head, out loud, in a text to someone.
and people are scared to use words wrong
Which is vocabulary death. Seriously.
because you stay stuck with what you already know.
Right, the growth only happens in the uncomfortable attempts.
Even if it sounds a bit weird.
Even if it sounds weird, native speakers are forgiving, and the correction itself is a lesson.
That's how kids learn.
I go'd to the store, and someone says, "Oh, you mean went?" And the kid adjusts. Nobody tells a 5-year-old they're bad at language.
We should all be a little more 5-year-old about this.
Curious, fearless, not overthinking it. Yes.
Okay, let me ask you something. Some words just don't stick for me no matter what. I'll see the word 15 times, and a week later, it's gone. Why?
Personal relevance.
Meaning,
Words stick when they matter to you, when they live in a world you care about.
give me an example.
Someone who loves cooking picks up words like sauté, blanch, fold in incredibly fast because they have context, emotion, even smell and taste memories attached.
But ask that same person to memorize legal vocabulary.
It's like writing on water. The words just don't hold.
So it's not the word being difficult, it's your relationship to the word's world.
Exactly. And this is why I always say learn vocabulary in your field, your hobby, your passion first. That's where your brain has the most hooks.
Hooks. I like that. New words need something to attach to.
And the more hooks you have, the faster new words stick, which is also why advanced learners pick up vocabulary faster than beginners.
Even though the words are harder.
More hooks. The snowball gets bigger as it rolls.
That's actually reassuring. It gets easier over time.
It gets significantly easier. The trajectory bends in your favor.
Okay, what about vocabulary lists? Are they completely useless?
Not useless, but a list is a starting point, not a destination.
Right.
So don't just read the list and the definitions. For each word, find a real sentence that shows it being used naturally.
From a book, an article, anything.
Read that sentence, write your own sentence, then try to use it in conversation within 24 hours.
So the list introduces you to the word.
And then you have to go on a few dates with it before it's really in your life.
You can't just meet someone and expect to be best friends immediately.
Vocabulary relationships take time, but they're worth it.
Okay, one more thing I want to bring up. Passive vocabulary versus active vocabulary.
Yes, this is underrated.
So passive is words you understand, active is words you actually use.
Right, and for most learners, passive is always much bigger than active.
And that's normal?
Completely normal, even for native speakers. There are words I understand perfectly that I've never once used in a sentence.
So if a word doesn't feel learned because you can't produce it yet, that's still progress.
Absolutely still progress. Every word in your passive vocabulary is already partway home.
Partway home. I love that.
And over time, passive words migrate into active the more you encounter and use them.
Okay, rapid tips to close out.
Let's go.
1.
Read something you enjoy in English every day, even 10 minutes. Consistency beats intensity.
2.
When you notice a natural phrase, write it down. The whole sentence, not just the word.
3.
Stop looking up every unknown word. Let your brain guess from context. It's smarter than you think.
4.
Use every new word the same day you learn it. Activate it immediately.
5.
Learn vocabulary and topics you actually care about. Your passion creates the hooks.
6.
Don't be afraid to use words wrong. The attempt is where the learning lives.
And 7, for me, be patient with your passive vocabulary. If you recognize a word and it feels more familiar each time, that counts. Vocabulary growth is quiet and then suddenly it's everywhere.
Quiet and then suddenly everywhere. That's exactly it.
All right, good episode today.
Really good one. I feel like I want to go read a book right now.
Go read a book. That's the correct response.
To everyone listening, thank you for being here. Share this with someone who's stuck in the flashcard spiral.
Free them from the spiral. See you next time. Bye-bye.